I feel like this show has a sponsor, but I don't know who the sponsor is! Hi, I'm Andre and I'm a black nerd. Nice to see you again on my channel, and a special shout out to my subscribers and of course my Riverdale fans, because it's time once again. What the hell, Riverdale, Reviewdale, a new episode of the Archie television series Riverdale has come out. Everybody's kissing, Josie and the Pussycats are performing, people got daddy issues, it's all in this episode, and we finally see Polly. So I guess that whole Betty is Polly theory is just out the window now. Actually, Polly is still out the window, but not in that sense. Before I get into this episode, I just want to let you know that Archie Comics actually released a one-shot Riverdale comic this week. So it takes place before the series, the summer before everything went down, including what went down in July 4th. Only one issue, but they have different variant covers. So I'm going to read through this, and I'll probably do a special Riverdale video specifically talking about what kind of details I find in these stories as well. So stay tuned for that. So Riverdale High School has a talent variety show coming up, and Archie of course wants to perform because he's been working on his music, but it's just one problem. This guy has stage fright. He tries to perform and he just can't do it. Reggie, of course, Asian dude bro Reggie, is sitting in the back. Try harder not to suck. I love Asian dude bro Reggie. So, and then Archie keeps having these visions of werewolves because he has his old werewolf mask that scared him. Don't know why he has it, but it scared him. So now every time people make fun of him, he's trying to perform and he's got stage fright, he's seeing people with werewolf masks on, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. Is this a plug for that new Jughead one-shot comic where Jughead is a werewolf? I feel like that might be suddenly an advertisement. Well, actually, no. Riverdale does not do subtle advertisements from what I've seen. CoverGirl is not subtle in Riverdale. So, of course, Archie cannot perform. He's all nervous. He talks to his confidant, Valerie from Josie and the Pussycats, and he says, I can't do this alone. Can you please go on stage and perform with me? And Valerie's like, have you met Josie? She is not going to allow me to perform with you and the Pussycats. But then Valerie starts having second thoughts when she goes to rehearse with Josie and Melody, and Josie just starts losing her mind. She's going off on them about everything. She doesn't want Valerie to sing. She only wants to sing alone, even though there's a part in the song that requires more than one voice. And then when Valerie was like, what's the big deal? It's just a Riverdale variety show. Josie's like, look, it doesn't matter if we're performing at Madison Square Garden or Ace Bowling Alley. We gotta bring our best. I was like, wait. Did she say a giant concert or a small bowling alley? Didn't the Josie and the Pussycats movie start with the Pussycats performing at a bowling alley? Was that a reference? Was that a reference to the movie? I feel like there's a lot of Josie and the Pussycat references in this. When they performed in the variety show, there was a logo on the drums that looked like the old Josie and the Pussycats logo. They had the giant cat face outline behind them. And when the audience was applauding, Kevin came out on the microphone and was like, Josie and the Pussycats, long tails and ears for hats. I see what you're doing there. Also, they did product placement like the Josie and the Pussycats movie with that CoverGirl. CoverGirl cannot get out of the shot. Can you please move CoverGirl? I'm trying to watch Riverdale. No, you can't leave CoverGirl because you're probably paying the money to make this show happen. So I love you, CoverGirl. I'm gonna start wearing makeup tomorrow. Andre is about nerddom, but also power. So Valerie and Josie get in a fight, and Valerie quits the band and tells Archie, okay, now that I'm not part of the Pussycats, I will perform with you. Only problem is Archie already took a request from Veronica saying that she would perform with Archie, and Veronica's not happy about that. In fact, Veronica's not happy with the Andrews men at all because she goes to visit her mom. Her mom took that job that Fred Andrews offered her. She goes by to give them a welcome gift, but before she gets there, Fred and Hermione are talking about how Fred's almost out of money, but he's hoping to get this contract for this new construction that's going to happen at the old drive-in location. But he's like, I don't know who the buyer is. If I can just convince the buyer to choose my company over someone else, then that could help me get back into the black. And of course Hermione's like, buyer you say? I wonder who owns that property. Maybe I can help you. So she offers the suggestion of pitching the idea of his construction company to the mayor, who of course she's all in cahoots with to get in that land. And she's so happy that they're working together, and she touches him on that chest. And it was funny because last episode she was like, we're married. Even though you're separated and my husband's in jail, we're married. We can't do this. And she touched that chest in this episode. She's like, oh, Oh, damn. You know what? Maybe we can try this once or twice. And they make out. They were so into it, man. I was just waiting for Luke Perry to just turn to the side after he was done kissing and go, still got it. But while they were kissing, Veronica shows up and sees them making out, and she's mad because she still loves her dad, and she's hoping that when her dad gets out of jail, they can go back to being the family that they once was. So she feels like this is messing everything up. Then to go to school the next day and find out that Archie replaced her with Valerie after she already agreed to help Archie, she's just done. She don't like nobody. She calls Archie a ginger Judas and was mad, and Archie's just like, no, but you were just doing that to help me out. I thought it was okay. And she's like, no, it's not okay. I'm angry. Your dad's kissing my mom. You kicked me out for Valerie. And Archie does not make things better being like, but it's okay that my dad and my mom are together because my mom and dad are separated and your dad is, she's like, my dad is what? And I was like, Archie, shut up. Shut up, Archie, you dumbass.
They were both really into each other.
Mm-hmm. They're married.
Yeah.
To other people.
Hey, my mom and dad are separated and your dad is...
My dad is what?
Oh, back it up, Archie, back it up, back it up. Beep, beep, beep. So Veronica leaves them super upset and she heads straight to Josie and Melody and is like, I heard you need a new pussycat. I'm here. And it's just exactly what Josie wanted, or exactly what her mom told her to get, because Josie's mom told her, the mayor of the city, Josie's mom told her that her dad is coming to town, and daddy does not seem to be too keen about Josie's performing because her dad is this jazz musician and he respects jazz. He thinks that jazz is very important and he doesn't like it when someone does like all this pop and new age stuff. He rather like to listen to the classic jazz and wishes that people respect the classic jazz. This sounds like the plot of a movie I saw recently. Except it didn't have black people in it. Wow, a black guy that's trying to save jazz. That's an original concept right there. I thought only white dudes like Ryan Gosling saved jazz. Riverdale. Of all the shows, Riverdale is the one freaking the whitest comic in the world. Change has come to Riverdale, y'all. So I especially love that Josie's mom was like, make sure you pick a person of color because we got to keep our branding. And hey, Veronica is Latina in this one. So Veronica is now a pussycat and it leads to the most awesome Josie and the Pussycats with now Veronica as a pussycat slow walk through the hallways of the high school. Oh, shit. Meow, meow! Oh yeah, watch it. You watch that slow walk. It is a slow-mo shot. You see the feet, you see the legs, you see the ears, you see them looking around like everyone's looking at us. They walk right past Archie and Valerie, who's like, damn, and they're like, damn, and they're like, damn. But rehearsals don't go too well because Josie's still freaking out and Veronica's still freaking out, and then they reveal to each other that they pretty much are having the exact same problems. Daddy issues, which then leads to Josie and Veronica having a nice little session at Pops, and it was just nice to see some more character interaction, some different characters blending around in this show. And Josie's like, look, give your mom a chance, maybe there's another side to the story, talk to her. And so Veronica goes to talk to her mom, but then Veronica's mom tells Veronica that Veronica is actually one of the lead shareholders of the company now that her father is in jail. And so Veronica's mom asked Veronica to sign the paper to give Archie's dad the deal to do the contract and the construction for the drive-in. And Veronica's like, what? I ain't doing that. You kissing him. That's not gonna work out for me. Or I'll tell you what, I will sign the paper if you stop seeing him. And Hermione's like, I can't do it. Have you seen him? That's Luke Perry right there. I ain't giving that up. So Veronica's like, well, I ain't signing it. And she leaves and Hermione's like, oh, you ain't signing the paper? Yeah, you are. And then she basically forges her signature to put Veronica's name on the paper. And I especially love when Veronica finally finds out when Archie's dad tells her directly, like, yeah, we got the contract. And he starts hugging Veronica's mom. And Veronica's mom is hugging Archie's dad, but just looking at Veronica the whole time. And then Veronica is like, well, congratulations. And she looks at her mom, I guess you won. And then she walks away. I was like, dang, ooh, mommy and daughter not getting along like they used to, mija. But in order to get that contract, Archie's dad had to sell it to the mayor, so Archie and his dad had to go to a dinner with Josie's mom and Josie's dad, who's in town, and Josie. and felt a lot of tension. And Josie's dad just really does not like anything that Josie does. He even tells Josie directly that, oh yeah, you were wrong for letting Valerie out of the group because she brought some credibility to your group. It's something legit to the group. I was like, wow. And then Josie talked about how she was Yoko Ono'd, and Archie starts feeling really bad, so he finally goes over to Valerie and is like, I appreciate what you're doing for me, but I need to do this on my own. I need to learn from my own mistakes, and I can't be the one to break up the Pussycats. So Valerie goes back to Josie. Josie and Valerie have a reconciliation in the middle of showing out CoverGirl products, and they get back together, and they even leave Veronica in the group for the performance for the night. So you get Josie and the Pussycats and Veronica doing a remix of Donna Summer, I feel love. They do it better. And I'm watching this performance, I'm like, this is so good, and I'm thinking this is the moment where Josie's dad's gonna be like, you know, I was wrong about my daughter. She's actually performing well. Nope. That dude, like, halfway into performance, he's like, this ain't for me, and just gets up and walks out. And Josie's like about to cry, but she's still performing. And then there's one point where she has to turn around and do a pose, and everyone's cheering and going crazy. And this is what's insane. Everyone in the audience is standing ovation cheering. She's about to cry her eyes out just because the one person in the audience that didn't like her performance was her own father. Oh, oh, what the hell, Riverdale? I really like this. It was good to see Josie and the Pussycats get some screen time instead of just performing it. We got to see some backstory. And again, we see Josie always being this very stubborn, very much, you gotta do things my way for the past few episodes when it came to her performing. Now we kind of see why. She has this extra added pressure from a father who doesn't approve of her music, of her performing, even of her talent. And that's really tough. And so she's constantly trying to work herself and the other Pussycats to work harder so that she can seem like she can finally get dad's approval, only to find out that she still won't get it. And that is very, very touching stuff. I mean, that is stuff that people from, you know, maybe a talented family or even just in general can deal with sometimes when you're constantly trying to be better, not just for yourself, but to get approval from others who will never give you that approval. And so that was pretty strong. But enough about that. I know what you're here for. Let's talk about Betty and Jughead. So Jughead goes over to eat breakfast with Betty, which that already freaked me out because Betty's mom is eating breakfast with Jughead and Betty. And the entire time that Betty's mom is talking to Jughead, she's got a teacup and she keeps stirring her spoon inside the teacup. And I was like, that's like that woman from Get Out. Get out, Jughead, get out. She's trying to hypnotize you. Jughead distracts Betty's mom by going to the bathroom, which gives Betty the chance to look through mom's things and find some information about where her sister Polly might be. And it turns out she's in this troubled youth home called the Sisters of Quiet Mercy or something like that. And you go to the place and it looks like an insane asylum. It's supposed to be a troubled youth home, but it looks like they're freaking padded rooms and everything. But they go there, they see Polly. Polly is real, she does exist, and she's pregnant. Polly is pregnant with Jason's baby. And she's talking to Betty and she's talking about how her parents didn't approve of her relationship with Jason Blossom because the whole feud between the Blossom and the Coopers. Damn that maple syrup! But here's what got me. Polly did not even know that Jason was dead. The whole time she's talking to Betty, she's like, so have you talked to Jason? Will you tell him where I'm at? Can you relay a message to him? We're supposed to meet at this location later, but I never got out because my parents took me straight here before I was able to get out. Can you tell Jason all these things? And Betty's like, you don't know? And so Betty had to break the news to Polly that Jason was dead, and she broke down. And then Betty's mom shows up and is like, you didn't think I was gonna catch you here? I paid so much money to this place. Of course they called me and told me you showed up. And then Polly and Betty's mom come face to face and she's all like, why didn't you tell me? Why did you tell me this and this? She's like, I was trying to protect you. And then they take Polly away and she's like, no, you know, and it's so sad, man. It's really sad. And Betty was in trouble. She finally confronted her parents and especially her dad. She's like, just tell me, Dad. Did you kill Jason Blossom? And Dad's like, what? Betty's daddy didn't even get a chance to answer before Betty's mom comes in laughing like, him? Kill Jason? He ain't got no spine. I would love for him to try to kill Jason. Then he would have done something. I was like, dang, man. Betty's mom is just mean. She is just mean. So Betty's sitting up in her room all sad, and Jughead comes in with a ladder, freaking Sam from Clarissa Explains It All style. Jughead comes in the bedroom. Betty's talking like, oh my gosh, my mom is crazy, my dad is crazy, Polly's crazy, maybe I'm crazy. Jughead's like, look, we all crazy. It's all good. And they're just talking normally. until Jughead's hand get on Betty's shoulder, and I was like, uh-oh. Jughead just climbed the ladder, went to, oh, he got the hand on his shoulder. He got the hand on his shoulder. It's go time, baby. It's go time. You don't just put a hand on the shoulder and get all close unless you about to do something. And do something he did. Oh, you hear that? You hear that? Oh, you about to, it gets going down. Oh, shoot. The cannon has changed! The cannon has changed! Oh, shoot! You ain't no burger, Betty! Go, Jughead! Go, Betty! Oh, man, it ain't the comics, baby! I know some people are mad because Jughead was mentioned to be asexual in some of the more recent Archie comics, and even in the past, he wasn't really about girls that much. He was all about his food. Though I will say that there were a lot of times in their old comics when Archie was chasing after Veronica that Jughead would say, look, I'm not a big fan of chasing after girls, but if you're gonna pick a girl, Archie, I think you would pick Betty, because Betty is, you know, the good one. That's the one you want to be with. This is talking about the old comics. So, you know, it's not a stretch, but still, dang, man, that kiss, woo! But I don't think it's gonna end well, man. I just don't, because Betty still got a thing for Archie. We know this, so I'm worried that this is gonna crash and burn, and maybe this could lead to Jughead just be like, girls, but who knows? As of right now, they made out. And apparently making out with Betty, if you're Jughead, gives Betty ideas, because she was like, wait a minute, a car. So Polly had mentioned that there was this car that they had parked in the distance outside of Riverdale that her and Jason were gonna meet up at to drive away. So she was like, we need to go find that car because there's probably evidence in that car. So they travel out, they find the car, it's filled with Jason's stuff, it's filled with Polly's stuff, and it's also filled with drugs. So the whole thing about Jason selling drugs was true, or was Jason and Polly selling them together? Who knows? But there were drugs in that car. And I love that Jughead was touching this stuff, and then Betty was like, don't touch it, that's evidence. I was like, Betty, fool, you a couple weeks ago in Miss Grundy's car was putting your hands all over that gun and then you took it away with you. Now all of a sudden you care about evidence? So they take pictures of it, they go see Sheriff Keller and says, we gotta go get this car, there's a bunch of evidence. They go back, but they didn't realize when they were there the first time that a car pulled up behind them, and when they go back to find that car, it is on fire. Everything is burned down, it's done, all the evidence are gone. That is not good. And to make matters worse, they go back to see what's going on with Polly at the troubled youth home. She is gone. Her window is completely broken. There's blood on the sides of the piece of the window that's left on the glass, and she is nowhere to be found. Polly is out there. And let me just throw this out there, you know, because Polly was telling some good stories about her time with Jason, how sweet he was, and how parents didn't approve, and this and the other. But I'm sorry, man, Riverdale has made me a skeptical person. Do we 100% trust Polly? Because her story, just the way that she was presenting herself about how much she felt about Jason, I don't know, it felt a little performed. It felt a little acted. So either that's just how she delivers lines, or I feel like there's something else. I feel like that we're not getting the full 100% story about Polly on this one. Is she even pregnant? Maybe she just put a pillow under her dress. We don't know. I don't trust anybody in Riverdale right now, and that includes Polly. You want me to feel sorry for Polly, but I ain't going to yet. You gotta prove to me I should feel sorry for Polly. And right now, I don't. I feel like she's hiding something. Because where's she at now? She's gone and a car's on fire. I'm just saying. Oh, and Archie performed. I forgot to talk about that. Archie finally performed his song. He got over his stage fright, even with Asian dude bro Reggie making fun of him. He performed his song. Valerie was very proud of him for doing it all by himself. And then Archie was like, put that hand on that shoulder. Oh, man. Aww. Wait, does he got the hand on the shoulder? Does he got the hand on the shoulder? Is there a hand on the shoulder? Aw, shoot. Here it go. Oh, now everybody's kissing tonight. Oh, shoot. Archie and Valerie in racial love. Damn, Archie, do you have to make out with all your teachers? Every woman that teaches you how to play music, you gotta make out with? It's a good thing Mr. Castillo didn't teach you last week. You've been making out with him. Archie's like, you teach me music? Go ahead, Archie and Valerie, which again, that's a reference to the comics because Archie and Valerie got together in some of the comics. But yeah, man, Archie and Valerie may be getting a little something going on. Man, Archie, if you are a woman in Riverdale, watch out, because that redheaded boy is gonna get you. So man, this was a jam-packed episode, especially with all the kissing. You got Archie's dad and Veronica's mom kissing, Jughead Betty kissing, Archie and Valerie kissing. Woo! That was some good stuff. And also more mysteries about Polly, about Jason Blossom's death, and about this mysterious car that got caught on fire. Who put the car on fire? There's a lot of stuff going on in Riverdale. And then next week looks like it's gonna be interesting because Skeet's coming back next week. Jughead's dad is coming back, and apparently he has a little bit of problems with the glug glug glug, which makes him lead to the and to making mistakes. And then Jughead apparently is gonna get asked for questioning, but is that about his dad or is that about something else? We'll find out next Thursday. So how do you feel about this episode of Riverdale? Are you cool with the Betty Jughead kissing, or is that a problem or concern depending on past canons? And do you trust Polly? Because I don't. I'm sorry. I don't trust her. Something about Polly rubs me the wrong way. Johnny Gill rubbed you the right way. Polly Cooper rubbed me the wrong way. If you are watching this series, Riverdale, and you are not subscribed to this channel, I highly recommend you subscribe. Please do, because I talk about Riverdale every week and also other fun stuff as well. So make sure you subscribe. Also ring that bell so you can be the first to be notified of new videos that I make. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Audi 5000. Chain chomp eomp. Josie and the Pussycats. Long tails and ears for hats.